from est to test. What's going on, you guys? My name is David Rogambe, and as you guys can see by the title, today we're talking about how to fix low testosterone. This is going to be a diet breakdown, and now I know you guys might be wondering what makes me qualified to talk about this topic. Well, let me just show you guys. This is me in 2019, 2020 when I started my fitness journey. All I was doing here was push-ups, maybe some sit-ups, nothing crazy. Super low testosterone, dude. I mean, growing up, all I ate was what everybody ate, the normal stuff, cereal, bad foods. We'll get into that in just a minute. But as you guys can see, this got me nowhere. Obviously, I have a naturally skinny frame. I have a little bit of muscle on my body just because that's just my genetic posture. But this didn't come from any sort of working out or anything like that. This is really just push-ups. Phase number 2, this is when we really started working out. I think in here, I was in the gym for a year. And again, as you guys can see, we had a lot of estrogen going on, okay? I had man tits real bad. And this killed me until I started posting on YouTube. Nobody knew about this, matter of fact. But I figured that this is going to help more guys because not a lot of guys are really open about this topic. Now, full disclaimer, man boobs and gyno are two different things. You can get rid of man boobs, but when you have gyno like I did, even though I was skinny, low fat, even though they look small, they were a lot bigger than they look. And you have to get them surgically removed, guys, okay? Even though I had a low body fat, this was eating me alive, my confidence alive. So I had to get surgery because of this. And in this picture right here is actually the same day that I got the surgery. And phase number 3, this is right after the surgery. I'm talking 6 to 8 months after. I was eating everything that I possibly could to gain as much muscle mass as possible. Now, yes, I'm a big guy in this, but this is when I felt the worst, right? I was always full, always bloated, right? Had brain fog, wasn't moving my best. Yeah, I was a big dude, but you guys couldn't even see my six-pack here. There was barely any vascularity. You can't see any muscle fibers. Even though I was big, I didn't feel good in this stage. And lastly, we have now. Dropped from 235 in this picture to around 215, 220. In these pictures, you guys can see my muscle fibers, the vascularity, all this because a simple change in my diet that allowed my tests to go up and my body fat to go down. This is what I used to be munching on all the time. And let me tell you guys what my favorite thing was. It was this right here. This 20-piece chicken nugget and 2 medium fries. This is what got me to this. This is what got me from here to here. I was crushing these every other day, man. And honestly, if I had known better, because a lot of guys think you could just eat whatever you want, and just because you're jacked, it does not mean you're healthy, guys. My testosterone, like I was feeling like crap. I was having all the side effects of low testosterone. All the while I was eating all this. And if any of you guys think for a second that any of these are good, for instance, all of these energy drinks have something called cytocobalamin in them, which is a B12. I think all of them but Bang and maybe Ghost, but it doesn't really matter. The point is that cytocobalamin is made from human waste. So when you drink any of these drinks, you are drinking stuff that comes from human waste. So full disclaimer, and these are in your multivitamins, these are in your whey proteins, and you would never even know. These are in your cereals. These are in all of these things that promote healthy foods. These are in your bars, all of them. So all these foods that promote something healthy, you are ingesting human waste whenever you eat cytocobalamin, which is the B12 in most of these vitamins. Methocobalamin is a better alternative. It's not human waste, but this, like when you guys take this, you guys are taking feces. And this is the first thing that's going to happen. Your hormone and testosterone crash. Highly processed foods, cetos, and refined sugars increase inflammation, oxidative stress, and damage hormone production. Estrogen goes up, testosterone goes down, and your body is not going to be able to absorb the nutrients that it needs for hormone synthesis. So your zinc, your magnesium, the healthy fats, everything that your body needs to have high testosterone literally plummets because you're eating junk food. It's called junk food for a reason. Gut and digestive tract. So the lack of fiber, probiotics, and real nutrients will destroy gut bacteria diversity. You likely develop bloating, poor digestion, nutrient malabsorption, and possibly food sensitives or inflammation in the intestines. And this is what I was dealing with when I was eating McDonald's cereals, drinking sodas every other day. Like, even though I gained some mass, I got bigger, I felt the worst that I've ever felt before, and I was bigger than I've ever been. So I'm thinking, oh yeah, let me tell you guys something. The trade-off was not worth it. Metabolic and energy decline, constant high sugar, refined carbs, and seed oils would cause insulin resistance, leading to fatigue, brain fog, and possibly prediabetes. You crave more processed foods because of blood sugar spikes and crashes. As you guys can see right here, the gut-brain connection. They call the gut the second brain because whatever you put in your gut, it reflects in your mind. When you put trash food in your gut, your mental capacity lessens, i.e., the brain fog and the fatigue, right? This is from food alone. You're not getting the nutrients that you need. You're not getting whatever it is that your body needs to be able to run fully and correctly. Of course, you are going to get the back end of the stick with the brain fog and the fatigue when you are ingesting trash foods. Inflammation and recovery. Chronic inflammations would increase joint pain, slow recovery, and poor sleep. And fatigue would become the normal. You lose lean muscle mass and gain visceral fat. All of this, right, because of a poor diet. Look at this person's gut. Look how backed up it is. Look at the visceral fat all around the body, all because of simple food. If you knew the right thing to ingest, you wouldn't have to deal with any of this. Mental and emotional decline. Deficiencies in omega-3s, B vitamins, magnesiums, and amino acids would blunt neurotransmitter production. You'd experience brain fog, anxiety, low motivation, and mild depression due to nutrient deficiencies and unstable blood sugar. Now, most of you guys have an issue with just eating like this, right? But when you add your vices in them, when you're beating off every single day, twice a day, 3 times a day, Lord knows, you feel a whole lot worse. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. We've all been there, guys. It is the low of the low. If you are just eating bad, like, it's already bad enough. But when you are indulging in things that you know are making you feel worse, like, the low gets far, far lower, fellas. So if you want to estrogen max and have man boobs for the rest of your life, that's how you do it. Beating off and eating junk food. Appearance and physical decline. Your skin will become dull and inflamed with acne and puffiness. Your body composition becomes more fat with less muscle. Hair and nails weaken from protein and nutrient deficiencies. This is what you guys would look like, essentially. You'd have man tits, be skinny fat, have acne, and be balding, bro. I've experienced all of it, guys. And I'm telling you guys now, the difference between a low test and high test diet is a game-changing difference. You guys saw the proof, right? I used to have man tits, and this is because, like, this stuff that doesn't just happen. It's because of the choices that you make. I was watching porn. I was eating trash food all the time, and this was my daily. This was what I was doing all the time, guys, and that ended up giving me, gyno. It ended up with me being skinny and having very, very low tests. It doesn't get any better, guys. If you guys don't solve the root cause, you're never going to solve the problem. Now, for me to go from this to this was one simple change. One. And that is diet. We started eating red meats, right? Sweet potatoes, eggs, kefir, A2 if you can. Broccoli. We eat broccoli because sometimes red meat likes to stick to your gut lining and the spores from the broccoli likes to clean that stuff off. So sometimes we eat some broccoli, not all the time though. Salmon, pure Irish butter, right? Electrolytes, blueberries. You guys see it. We put chicken last because chicken is mid. Uh, but I mean, dude, this is almost it. There's very few other things I eat except for this. This is the diet right here. This is what I eat on a consistent basis. And the two, I would like to say the three biggest things is red meat, salmon, and eggs. You can get by alone with eggs and red meat, but all of these things in a culmination will take you from this guy to this guy. I'm telling you guys now, I've done it before. The first thing that's going to happen is hormone optimization. Your tests, your DHEA and growth hormone levels rise naturally. Minerals like zinc, magnesium, boron, and selenium replenish, feeding your endocrine system. Cholesterol and saturated fat from real food become the raw minerals your body uses to make hormones. You feel grounded, driven, and energetic because your body is finally producing hormones the way it's supposed to. The second thing that's going to happen is your gut and your digestive tract is going to heal. Whole foods, fermented foods, and prebiotics rebuild your gut microbiome. You start digesting and absorbing nutrient efficiently, less bloating, more energy, and a healthy gut improves everything from mood to immune system. You guys see it right here. This is what your gut is going to look like when you're eating all these shit foods, and this is what your gut is going to look like when you're eating healthy foods. Number three is energy and metabolic function. Stable sugar from clean proteins, quality fats, and whole carbs means no crashing or brain fog. Stable blood sugar from clean protein, quality fats, and whole carbs means no crashing or brain fog. Mitochondria starts firing again. You feel alive all day, not just after drinking coffee. And your body burns fat efficiently, finally, right? Builds lean muscle and recovers faster. Now, the best part about this is that your body burns fat more efficiently because when you guys are ingesting the trash foods, there are toxins in those fats that like to stick around. It doesn't have all the toxins from the trash foods that you used to eat. So when you're burning that fat as energy, it's clean energy, right? Not toxic waste. Mental clarity and focus. Nutrients like omega-3, methylated Bs, which is what you want to get because the opposite of this is the cytocobalamin, i.e. being the human feces. Creatine and carnitine feed your brain. Inflammation drops, dopamine and serotonin balance out. You think clearer, react faster, and feel more confident. Just from diet alone, fellas. Anxiety fades because your body and mind are finally aligned. Again, that gut and brain connection. What you put in here, you get out in here. Number five, physical transformations. Your muscles get denser, skin clears up, hair thickens, and you move with more strength and precision. Sleep gets deeper, recovery speeds up, and you wake up ready to go every single day. You start looking like someone who eats for fuel, not for pleasure. Can you guys tell that this guy literally got more handsome because of the diet and the working out that he's been doing, guys? And number six, longevity and vitality. Lower inflammation, stronger immune system, cleaner arteries, sharper mind. Your cells repair faster, autophagy, mitochondrial efficiency, better DNA, methylation. You slow down aging at a cellular level. You literally become a new being, right? Say this is me when I started working out, right? Now, I'm not saying I'm this guy right here, right? But I'm probably in this area right here just from a dietary perspective, right? You started off eating like crap, right? You worked your way up. You started implementing these ground beef, eggs, all these different things into your diet. You're trying to ascend, bro. You're above average of the above average. Now, why are all of these things important? These things are all important because every single topic right here ties into testosterone, your hormone optimization. Obviously, that's test, right? Your gut and digestive. What you put in your body is going to come out in your hormones. Energy and metabolic. If you have bad energy, your testosterone is down. Mental clarity and focus. If you have low testosterone, you cannot think clearly, literally. You cannot think clearly and focus if you have low testosterone. This is why everybody has ADHD nowadays. It's because you got low test, bro. Physical transformation. I mean, if you go from, you guys saw my transformation. I had soy tits, right? I was a soy boy, and then I got muscular. I got vascular. Why? The biggest reason, the biggest change was a diet. And again, guys, if you guys are beating your meat constantly, if you guys are eating a poor diet, sleeping late, you are in the worst of the worst situation. They are already giving you a problem to sell you a solution, which is a problem, to make you buy more solutions. Guys, it's not looking good. We see it all the time. People literally die from this stuff, becoming obese, diabetes, the whole 9 yards. Quick summary: eating ultra processed foods will destroy your thyroid, your energy, weight gain, cold hands and feet, low mood, brain fog, thinning hair and dry skin, man boobs, poor recovery, and weak libido. I mean, this is the worst of the worst. You add beating off into this, eating a whole food diet will make you ascend from being a soy boy. You're going to have high testosterone, build muscle easily, and burn fat easily. Skin clears, hair stops falling out, and no more tits, guys. Okay? Now, if you have gyno, again, that's one thing, but just having man boobs, that problem can be solved. You begin to think more clearly and have better moods, fast recovery, and better sleep. With that being said, fellas, this is the end of the video. I hope that you guys got some value from this and are able to apply this into your daily lives. If you guys like the video, please like and subscribe, turn on the notification bell. Now, if you guys are dealing with any of these problems and you guys want to work with me one-on-one, there will be a link in the bio where you can click on and schedule out a one-on-one call with me to see if I can help you reach the goals that you desire. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.